Hi, Avery.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here. And yeah.
You're looking forward to all this?
I am. I am. Yes. I'm a little bit tired because it's been a long weekend, a lot of going and shows and stuff. So, but I'm very happy. And thank you for having me.
How was your Valentine's?
Oh, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, I had a show.
Yeah.
So I was performing, doing the very thing that I love, which it was a beautiful way to spend Valentine's Day.
So let me say, you said you had a show, right?
Yes.
So you're like an artist, like a musical artist.
I am, yes.
Tell us more about that. Like, what kind of music do you do?
Yeah, well, I would say that my music is a fusion of R&B, jazz music, and Afro-Caribbean sonics. So,
well, R&B, Caribbean, Afrofusion,
and jazz.
And jazz.
So R&B, jazz, and like Afro-Caribbean sonics. Yeah.
Sonics.
Yeah.
Okay. Explain. Okay, for someone who doesn't know music, what's sonics?
Just means like rhythm, sounds, music, and heavily inspired by Caribbean music, like reggae, dancehall, or Afro beats, things like that. So it's sort of like takes the elements from those and just take them and combine them with all of the other genres that I love, and it's all sort of like a melting pot of all the songs that I listened to growing up in my household, and it's all the things I love. So
basically, like how you are brought up literally determines how you are just making your music.
It did, yes.
So tell us, what kind of household do you come from, like background-ish?
Yeah, so I'm Jamaican.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, and
blah blah.
See them there.
Big up.
Big up. Big up on yourself. So
I was born and raised here in Canada. I'm from Stony Creek. I lived there all my life, but I am Toronto based when it comes to performing and music, and I've been living in Toronto for the last 4 years. I'm currently though back in Hamilton, but I spent the last 4 years working in Toronto and living there. So it's been a journey.
So when did you discover like this is your thing, like music is the thing I want to do?
Yes, that's a good question. Well, it's a bit of a background story. So I first fell in love with singing and music when I was about 4 years old.
4 years old?
Yes.
Wow, that's young.
Yeah. So basically how my journey started was a bit different. I spent a lot of time in and out of the hospital as a child. So a lot of the times I spent in a car, traveling back and forth from Stony Creek in Hamilton all the way to Toronto Sick Kids Children's Hospital. So I was born with retinoblastoma. It's a rare form of child eye cancer. And as a result, I lost my left eye completely. And I have blind spots in my right eye, followed by wearing 2 hearing aids because I developed hearing loss as a after effect of chemotherapy as a child, as a baby. So, so I'm legally deaf-blind, and out of all the careers that I could have chosen, I chose the one that you need to have your hearing. But, and where the sheet music is incredibly small, but I love it, music to me, it soothed me. It was like my comfort blanket when times were very difficult, very uncertain, very scary. As a child, music was my solace. It was my grounding. It was my
like your comfort zone.
Yeah, it was. It really was, and it still is. And it's been around long before I made music my profession. And it will be there long after. But I love it. I love it all.
You're the perfect example of like there's nothing which is impossible. Like so long as you have the passion, it doesn't matter what challenges are ahead of you, you can still do whatever you can to overcome it. Because if you didn't tell me that, I wouldn't have guessed so. You wouldn't know.
Yes.
Plus, you handle it so.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes,
thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Because I know, like, since you're coming from a Jamaican background,
Yeah.
I'm sure spices are something you guys love so much when it comes to food.
Yes, absolutely. We love our food.
Yeah.
We love our staples. Yeah, definitely.
Because one thing I've realized, I don't know if it's all musicians.
I'm so sorry.
No,
It's okay. It's okay.
thank
It's
you.
okay. Do your thing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. I've realized, like, is it true, like, all musicians are very emotional?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Here's your food.
Wow.
Smashed
Thank-
burger with onion rings.
Yeah.
There
Amazing.
you go. And here's your wings with potato wedges and avocado sauce.
Thank
All
you
right.
so
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. This looks
Wow,
delicious.
this is so delicious.
Oh my goodness.
Wings and honey garlic.
Ooh, on the side.
Yeah.
I'm eyeballing the onion rings.
Yeah, eyeballing my onion rings. Which ones? Oh, your onion ring.
Yes.
Wow.
So we can like just dig in, like that's what we're doing. We can.
Do your thing. Do your thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I am hungry. I haven't eaten all day.
I know. You're.
Oh, I'll take this. Yes.
Oh yeah. You know, actually, the first thing I discovered onion rings in Canada. I never knew about onion rings.
Really?
Yeah. Because I grew up in Africa, I never knew about onion rings. I was like, what do you mean by onion rings?
But you would have onions in your dishes, right?
Yeah, we'll have onions, but I never knew you can make onion rings.
Fried them. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good.
This is so nice.
How are you liking the wedges?
The superb. Very much superb. Like I was saying, is it true all musicians are emotional?
We're very introspective people. I guess you could say
Yeah.
yes to a certain point.
Yeah.
Art really does imitate life. So if we write about our experiences, we
Yeah.
write about the things that maybe we don't say to a loved one,
Yeah.
we instead put it in a song.
You're right.
So yeah, I would say most writers, singers, and artists, people who make music, we're very in tune
Yeah.
with ourselves and how we feel and how we process things. And yeah, sometimes it's easier to sing it than it is to speak it to somebody in a very serious
In a very-
situation.
so basically, music can be a form of therapy to someone's life.
Very therapeutic. Very therapeutic.
So whether
yes.
you're listening to it or writing or. So what's the best part of like to you in music? Like is it like when you're writing or performing? Which one is the best? Which one do you prefer the most?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Well, for me, okay. Some people they hear words first.
Yeah.
So words come to them first before the music does. Whereas for me, I hear the music. I hear the melodies first.
Yeah, right.
So oftentimes, for me, I'll come up with the music first with me and my producers. We'll usually attack it from there, but we also like to attack it where we write first, and then we come up with the music to accompany it.
Right.
But for me, I get more attached to the melodies, the music behind the words.
Was okay.
Yeah.
So usually the melodies come first, then the words.
Yeah, usually for me,
Yeah.
It's different for everybody, but for me, I would say that.
But of all the songs you have, which one is your favorite? The ones you hold dearest to your heart? Like, this song is really like,
Yeah.
I felt it from the beginning.
Yes. That's tough. Can I pick two?
Yeah, you can pick two, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And tell us why.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me why.
I would say, I always say, for me, it would be my song called The Blue Room.
The Blue Room, yep.
The Blue Room, yes. So for me, I always think, darn, I heard a song and I'm like, I wish I made that song. For me, The Blue Room, that's my, I wish I made that song. I made that song and I'm very happy I made it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
It's like you hear something on the radio and you're like, oh, I wish I wrote that, or I wish I came up with that idea. For me, that's The Blue Room. I'm very proud of it. But in addition to The Blue Room, I would say one song that will always be near and dear to my heart is my song called I Know.
Yeah.
That was the very first song that I ever put out, released.
When was that? Like how long ago?
I want to say in 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, it was 2022.
Yeah.
2022. And I've just been making music ever since then. Ever since 2022.
Tell us the story between both those two songs. The story behind it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would say the Blue Room is like a fun, laid-back R&B. Mixed with like hip hop beats and 808s and nice bass lines.
Yeah.
That song is more of a song that you want to feel cool to. You want to, maybe get ready for a night on the town with your girls or your homies or your boys, and and you want to pre-drink to it before you hit the night on the town.
Yeah.
It's like one of those cool songs. You want to put some shades on and you want to feel.
You just want to feel the rhythm and.
You want to feel like the coolest person in the room. Yes, exactly. Whereas I Know is a bit more personal.
Okay.
It's basically about being with somebody that you have no business being with, but they just do that thing to you and you always keep coming back. So even when even when I know I shouldn't be messing with them, I know that they have my heart,
Like you just want that one person who has your heart, like
exactly. So the lyrics go, even when I know, I still can't let you go, So
even if I know, I can't let you go.
Yeah, it's like even when I know.
Yeah.
So
So do you work like with one producer, or do you move from producer to producer, or how is kind of a genre? Because I know some musicians work with different producers.
Yes.
Then I know those ones who just stick with one producer.
Yes.
Even if they work with someone else, their main producer has to be there.
Oh, I love this question.
Yeah.
So for me, I have some longtime collaborators, other producers.
Yeah.
My main producer, his name is Nick Giantante.
Yeah.
And his producer name is Gone Boy.
Yeah.
I've been working with him since I started releasing music, as well as Lucas Hibbs. He also had been in the picture for a very long time as well. So I've been collaborating with them for a very long time, and they are my main core producer that has elevated and helped push my sound and figuring out what my sound is. They have been at the forefront. Nick and Lucas have been at the forefront since the beginning. When it came to starting to create my own music and starting to release my own music and figuring out what I want to write about, what I want the sound to sound like, So but I'm obviously open to collaborating with everybody. But I will say, for my specific case, it was such a beautiful thing to find a group of people who can help uplift what you're trying to create, even when it hasn't even been created yet. Having a group of people who believe in you, even when they can't see the vision yet, and it's a very hard thing to find.
It's not that easy,
Because, a lot of people, at least from my experience, I see that a lot of people, they only want to help you until they see, other people are helping you. Like, you're worth something, because clearly all these other people believe in you. Okay, I want to believe in you too. But it takes a special kind of person who sees something in you, even when something hasn't even come to existence yet. I believe in you that much.
They're just there from the scratch.
Exactly. Exactly. And those two guys right there, they have been with me forever, through the beginning. And another note that I want to touch on is that because I'm legally deafblind, they have been my eyes and ears in the studio, when mine fell short, so they're able to hear certain sounds, like in a drum kit, certain sounds are very high in frequency. And for me, certain things, like for example, like a fire alarm, that very high frequency sound, I can't hear it, So and there, maybe I want to say like the first 5 notes on the piano, I'm not able to hear anything. So when I'm plunking on the piano, I can't hear anything for like maybe like the first 5 notes. So they're able to hear things that I can't, and they're able to tweak it, you know, so that maybe it brings out a bit more bass, you know, a less treble, to make it in a frequency that I'm able to hear, that my ears are able to hear. So that is something that, oh gosh.
Basically, you have an amazing team.
Yes,
So
it is incredible.
how's your structure like? There's you, the artist, then there's a producer. I know some artists have managers and other stuff. Do you also have a manager?
I do, yes, I do.
You're a well set up artist then.
Yes.
How important is it to have a manager? Like, I've seen artists with managers, but I've never really like got the full grasp of what a manager does.
Yes, absolutely. So I guess it's different for everybody, but for me, the way I look at it, well, first off, I just want to talk about my manager for a moment.
Yeah, okay. Give her flowers or him.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Her name is Jamel May.
Yeah.
And I found her, I want to say, hi. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So so her name is Jamel May, and she's my entertainment manager.
Yeah.
And we met, I want to say, 2023.
Yeah.
I want to say, and oh gosh, the rest has been history. Oh yes, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. And yes, thank you so much. And to answer your question, basically what she does is she is basically the middleman between someone who wants to hire me or work with me for my art, and then she conveys that information to me, you know, and she also, you know, helps with securing gigs, securing performances.
For you.
Thank you. Oh, this is amazing.
This is spaghetti, marinara, and chicken parmesan on top.
This is delicious. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm a fan of fish. I have to dig in. Absolutely. But so she helps, you know, with the networking aspect, securing performances and gigs. And, you know, when I do have a performance and I'm focusing on, you know, the show. She would be the one in the audience and helping, you know, with the networking and getting our names out there and that sort of thing, you know?
So anyone who wants to get to you has to go through your manager first?
Yes, essentially, yes. We're both like very much like in the picture when it comes to like, say we're in a group setting and we're networking, we're both vocal, you know, moving and shaking, talking to multiple people. But so when they reach out, they would reach out to her. And then from her, she'll then, you know, see, okay, based on the information at hand, would that work well for my artist? Or I already know that wouldn't align well with my artist, you know? So So
what are some of the like the challenges you have faced, like just being an artist, like in terms of going for gigs? What are some of the common challenges you've seen that they're literally, I'll say, out of your control? You feel like more of the music industry can be used to fix it? Like you see, like most artists go through, like there's something either as fans who come to listen to you or people who just do gigs, promoters. What's the one challenge you feel like is a constant?
I will say being an artist, the lifestyle of it is not normal at all. You know, you're essentially putting yourself out there to be scrutinized and judged by thousands and thousands of people. You know, just for them to, you know, hear you sing. So you're standing up in front of a bunch of people who just stand there and watch you while you perform. And it's if you think about it, it really is a bizarre thing. It's not normal. But
really, I think you guys enjoy it.
Oh, absolutely. But it's still not the norm. You know, people, you know, say you had a bad day at work, you know, and maybe, you know, one person caught you, you know, darn it. And like just saying that out loud, you know, when you're an artist and when you reach to a certain level, somebody might have a camera and might videotape you. And now, because you have fans, now is thousands and thousands of people. So instead of that one person who caught you having a bad day, it's now 20,000 people who caught you having a bad day. And that's 20,000 or 20,000 comments that you now read online about, you know, oh, they're just awful, and look how they, you know, were talking to that person, whatever, you know, and it's tough, you know, because then now essentially the world watches you as you're growing up, as you're becoming a person, like becoming a woman, you know. People do that on every day, you know, behind the scenes, on a smaller scale. You know, you don't have thousands of people watching you as you're trying to figure your life out.
Would you say like you kind of lose yourself some sense of freedom? Do you lose it?
In a way. Now, granted, I am not there yet at all. You know, so I can have a bad day and nobody knows about it. Thank goodness. But you know, I know it's gonna get to a point where privacy, you're
maybe out of the window.
And you're gonna really, really want to hold on to it because you won't have a lot of privacy for yourself.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, I'm nowhere near that yet, but yeah, I think that's one thing that I have to process for myself and get used to that, you know, being under constant scrutiny. Being nitpicked, you know, for the way you look or the way you sound, the way you walk, the way you talk, you know. It's that in itself on that scale is not normal, and because of my profession, because of my career, that's gonna eventually be the new normal for me, and I'm right now trying to wrap my head around that and trying to prepare myself for that. But nothing can prepare you for that until you've arrived and you have gone through that, you know. So that's why I have a lot of respect, profound respect for people that have walked this path before me. Women, Black women who have walked this path before me, you know. Curvy Black women at that, you know, curvy dark-skinned Black women at that in the mainstream
who have walked that path.
Because they're not, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. So all hats off to them. And watching them navigate through that, you know, I am in no place to judge at all because you don't know what they're going through, you know. But you do see that, hey, we can have bad days right now.
We're all human at the end of the day.
Exactly. But so I would say those are the most one of the most difficult things to deal with that I've seen through watching people that have come before me and being very vocal and honest about it, you know, the experiences. But again, they all say that you won't know until you really go through it yourself. So I'm trying to hunker down and prepare for that.
So if you had to pick one musician everywhere, whom would you love to collab with?
Oh my gosh.
Pick one, just
That's
one.
That's a good question. Okay. Off the top of my head, I would love to collaborate with Sasha Keeble.
Sasha Keeble. Wow.
Yep, from London. Oh my gosh. She is don't get me wrong. I hope I'm not flipping this up, but she's a South London Colombiana and she is wicked. She is wicked. She is bad. I love her. I do. I really do. And you know, if Sasha ever sees this, I would love to collaborate with her. She makes R&B music, and she makes R&B music for your soul, and just when she sings, she means it, and she tells it like it is. And I feel her whenever she sings. So and I love her music. Her music is just fundamentally really good, you know. So Sasha Keeble, off the top of my head. Yes, absolutely.
So, as we wrap up this, like, what's that one message you like to send to the world out there as a female musician?
What's one message that I would like to send out for people?
To send to everyone, fans, whoever like listens to music, like as a female musician, what's that one message you want to put across?
That's a good question. I might need a little bit more clarification.
Yeah.
Is it like a message for people that are trying to get into the music industry?
Okay, anyone trying to get into the music industry or someone who's just trying to get into something?
Ooh,
yeah.
Okay. So one message that I would give to up-and-coming musicians such as myself, whatever you do, don't quit. Like, I know it sounds cliche, but truly, it is going to be one of the most hardest things that you're gonna, one of the most hardest career path that you're going, to embark on, and you cannot afford to quit. You are gonna want to quit many, many times, because at one point, it's all gonna be on you. When you start, usually you don't have, a stylist, you don't have money for, all these
resources are not just readily available.
Exactly, but you have to find a way. If you really love it, if you really want to propel to the highest of heights of artistry or whatever that means, because it's different for everybody, right? But if you want to be a successful commercial artist and really just skyrocket, make it there, you genuinely cannot quit. It takes years, 10 plus years for anything to really pop off. A lot of times you see people who are now, in the mainstream, and you're thinking, oh, you're an overnight success. No. Don't
Those walk behind it.
They have been working for 10 plus years beforehand, before nobody ever knew about them, and I would like to say I'm on track, for that. I want to be the best and the greatest at what I do, what I can do, what I can bring to the table. So, fingers crossed,
Well, if you believe you can do it.
I want to be great. I want to be exceptional. I want to live an extraordinary life. I do.
You're right. We only have one life to live.
Exactly.
Only one life to live.
Exactly. And I feel like I'm 28 years old now, and I've lived many different lives, and I'm in remission from cancer, and I've been in remission for over 10 plus years, so well over 10 plus years. So I'm very happy about that. But because of my background, because of my experience, the things that I've been through and the things I continue to go through, I understand on a deep level that you only have one life to live. So you might as well do all the things that you set out to do. Your craziest, wildest imaginations, give it a try. Life, it's just short.
Life is meant to be lived.
It is meant to be lived. Wow. So
this has been a wonderful conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
Shall we get into this food?
Right now we can eat the food.
Okay.
Boom. Finally.